A mother's intuition is never wrong, especially when it comes to her children. But what happens when this intuition uncovers something unsettling? Imagine, if you will, a mother. A woman who knows her child better than anyone else in the world. A woman who knows the sound of her child's laughter, the curve of his smile, the light in his eyes when he discovers something new. Now imagine this woman becoming aware of something strange, something inexplicable about her son. A knowledge that he possesses which he simply should not have. It starts off subtly. Her son begins to reveal intimate details about her past, details that he couldn't possibly know. He speaks of memories, not his, but hers. Old memories, buried deep within the recesses of her mind. Memories of childhood joys, of teenage adventures, of past heartbreaks. He speaks of them with a clarity and understanding that shocks her, that unnerves her. She tries to rationalize it, to brush it off as coincidence. But the specifics, the intricate details, they're too accurate, too precise. And with each revelation, each unveiled secret, her confusion grows. It's like gazing into a mirror of her past, but the reflection staring back is not hers, it's her son's. This confusion soon turns into concern. How could her son know these things? What could possibly explain his uncanny knowledge? But more importantly, what does this mean for her son, for their family? The questions keep piling up, unanswered, adding to the growing unease within her. As the boy's revelations become more and more personal, the mother can't shake off the gnawing feeling of dread. What started as unsettling soon takes a terrifying turn. The boy's knowledge, uncannily accurate and filled with minute details of the past, begins to pivot towards a darker path. His words, once echoing innocent anecdotes, now carry grim prophecies of the future. His small voice, usually reserved for laughter and requests for bedtime stories, starts to relay eerie warnings. He speaks of impending harm, danger that looms over the woman who brought him into this world. His sentences, laden with a gravity that belies his tender age, send shivers down the spine. Each word, each syllable drips with an ominous foreboding, adding layers to the growing unease in the household. The mother finds herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions. Fear, confusion, disbelief. They all swirl around her, threatening to pull her under. Her heart pounds in her chest, a steady drumbeat that echoes her son's cryptic prophecies. Her eyes, once filled with motherly affection, now mirror the dread that gnaws at her insides. Contrasting sharply against her growing terror is the father's skepticism, his brows knit together, a clear sign of his disbelief. He dismisses the boy's warnings as mere flights of fancy, the product of an overactive imagination. Yet his dismissive attitude does little to quell the growing tension in the house. If anything, it only serves to fan the flames, the sparks of discord threatening to ignite a full-blown inferno. The house, once vibrant with the echoes of laughter and familial warmth, begins to change. The walls seem to close in, the shadows grow longer, and the air grows denser with each passing day. The once comforting sanctuary now feels like a cage, trapping the inhabitants in a web of fear and uncertainty. The house that once echoed with laughter now rings with a chilling silence. The line between fear and reality blurs on a day that starts like any other. The morning sun rises, casting long, eerie shadows that dance and flicker across the walls of the family home. A home that, for the mother, has morphed into a place of unease and terror. Her son's words, once merely unsettling, are now chilling prophecies that gnaw at the edges of her sanity. She carries a burden that weighs heavy in her heart, the fear of a foretold future. Fueled by a sense of desperation and an instinct to protect herself, she makes a decision to escape the unsettling reality that her life has become. But fear is a cruel master, and in her haste her world is thrown into chaos. An ordinary task turns into a nightmare as she suffers a severe hand injury, a grotesque mirror of her son's ominous warning. The sight of her own blood, a stark reminder of the danger she now finds herself in. The incident sends shockwaves through the family. The father, still steeped in disbelief, struggles to comprehend the gravity of the situation. His skepticism is a stark contrast to the son's cryptic calmness, an eerie silence that hangs heavy in the air. The boy's unflinching demeanor in the face of his mother's anguish, adds a chilling layer to the horror unfolding before their eyes. The mother's fear, once a whisper in the back of her mind, has now been given a voice that echoes through the halls of their home, a voice that is impossible to ignore. She is now trapped in a terrifying reality, a reality she can neither understand nor escape. The fear that was once a whisper in the back of the mother's mind is now a screaming reality. In the cold light of day, the family grapples with their new, terrifying reality. The mother's wound, a stark and grim reminder of the son's disturbingly accurate prediction, lays heavy on their hearts. Their once familiar home now feels tainted, each corner whispering unspoken fears and unanswerable questions. The air hangs heavy with a sense of foreboding. The once mundane routine of daily life has become a treacherous path, every step echoing with the fear of what the next moment might bring. Yet amidst this turmoil, the son remains disturbingly calm. His tranquil demeanor, a stark contrast to the chaos around him, only amplifies their growing fear. Each day is a struggle, a desperate attempt to comprehend the incomprehensible. The family's life has been irrevocably altered, their perceptions of reality shattered. They live in the shadow of the unknown, every moment tinged with the fear of what might be lurking around the corner. As the family faces an uncertain future, one question remains: what other secrets does the son hold?